my channel. I'm so sorry that it's been so long that I've posted again. I've been kind of in like this weird mental health hole, um, sleeping a lot, just kind of not wanting to do anything. So I kind of pushed myself for this video. There's a topic that's very heavy on my heart, that's been kind of weighing on me today, causing me anxiety. So I figured why not kind of just throw it out there and just kind of let you guys know how I'm feeling. Let you guys know about my experiences, and just how I feel about some of the things that are going on in our world right now, because it's heavy. But before I get into that, I will introduce myself. Sorry in advance if this is a emotional video. I'm just kind of putting myself out there because I know there are other people who want to know what it's like to be black or to be mixed, or people who might have had the same experiences as me and can relate to me, or like, hey, you know, I can relate to this. Like, you know, we share the same kind of stories. What can we do together to help make this place just a little bit better, you know, even if that's what I can do before I leave this earth. But anyway, I'll kind of get into that here pretty quick. So anyway, my name is Sarah. Sometimes I go by C. I'm 24. I'm an only child. I love dogs, the color gray. I am an advocate at a Head Start program, and I love my job. I really do. I love helping families. I love kind of being that tool to help people feel empowered, that, you know, they have control of their lives and they can make decisions to make their lives better. Whether it be, you know, different programs, different tools, different ways of navigating, you know, issues in your lives, and not being afraid to ask for help, because it's definitely out there. So yeah, I was raised by my parents and my grandparents, which is something that I hold heavily with me. I think it's made a large part of who I am. I would say that I'm not like most kids my age. I feel like I've kind of geared my life a little differently. I'm not like the super like party girl, go out, rage, you know, all that stuff those cool kids say. I am a product of a biracial relationship. I know that within itself has raised some challenges for my parents. Maybe soon I can get them on here to kind of shine some light on their experiences of being together for the last 20-something years. But being the product of a biracial relationship has definitely had its trials, and it's taken me a long time to embrace and to accept, and just to be comfortable in my own skin. I'm really for the fact that growing up I was always told I had to pick one. I couldn't be black and Mexican because I didn't look just black. My skin was lighter, and I just didn't look Mexican because my hair was curly. So it was definitely hard. I felt like I was trying to be put in a box, two boxes, you know, that I didn't fit in. I remember my mom would do my paperwork at the beginning of every school year, and it would ask for my race and ethnicity, and it would never allow us to pick more than one. So a lot of times we just left it blank because I'm not one or the other, I'm both. And it's crazy to see how times have changed and how now it says pick all that apply, which I think is super cool. I mean, that's something so small, but I feel like I can represent who I truly am. And I mean, even though it's just a little box that you check off stuff, but it's just kind of cool to see how times have kind of changed. I mean, not a lot's changed, but yeah, sorry. There's a lot on my brain. I'm trying to get it out. But this has been something that has been on my mind and on my heart for years and years and years, as I sit on social media and I watch all of this hate and all of this ugly and the deaths of Black people and just everything, you know. I didn't know that if I wanted my voice to be heard, how I wanted my voice to be heard, when, or even if I'd be able to articulate these words, you know. But here I am, so just kind of bear with me as I kind of process through this, because it's definitely big for me, you know. JD, as many of you know, is my significant other, and he doesn't know all of the things that I've experienced in my life. They're not things that I mention very often. I don't want to make these instances in my life or things that I've experienced to make me bitter. And I don't want them to fuel like anger in me or resentment or anything. You know, granted, I'm mad at how my people have been treated, but at the same time, I don't want to be out there like, I'm not the type of person to go looting and screaming and yelling and demanding for justice. I'm kind of a quiet person in the back, you know. And maybe sometimes I was embarrassed at that because, you know, I wasn't following the crowd and I wasn't being super radical like everyone else. And I guess I just don't know where exactly my voice fits, and maybe with this I'll find it. But it's hard. It really is, because, you know, I have family and people around me that don't believe that these things have happened to me, or that, you know, these things have happened to my dad. You know, I worry about my dad. He's a courier. He delivers packages, and, you know, I worry that one day he's gonna end up at the wrong house, and that's it. You know, this week was rough watching George Floyd's video. I literally watched a man die at the hand of someone else who just saw such gratification in whatever it is that he was doing, and for whatever reason he thought that was okay, you know. It was ugly. You know, I wanted to throw up. I remember just a few days ago calling my dad after I'd watched that video, asking him if he's okay, where he's at, how he's feeling. Is there anything I could do to help him feel safe? Because it's not a time for Black men right now, unfortunately. And I feel like this is the time where we empower, we keep them safe, we let them know how valuable their lives are. Because no life deserves to be taken the way that many of these lives have been taken. And I pray that we continue to say their names, that we continue to make progress, that we demand that we just be treated like humans, just like everybody else. And that we're not this circus act to be stared at. I think that's one thing, you know, that really gets under my skin, is being stared at, you know, when I walk into a place, or that's primarily people who are not part of my race, or people asking me, you know, where I'm from or who I am, or telling me that I'm exotic because of the color of my skin and my hair and stuff like that. That shouldn't have to be a part of my upbringing. And unfortunately, it's ignorance on their part because they don't know any better. But at a certain point, I feel like they have all the tools to learn, to ask these questions, to be more familiar, and not just ask these off the wall questions, you know. I remember the first time I got my box braids. I felt on top of the world. That was the first time in like the 20 something years of my life that I felt comfortable in my skin. Like, I just flipped my hair around and danced and sang and did everything because for once I felt comfortable in my own skin, and who knew some bags of hair could have done that for me. And some of the remarks I got from people were just kind of made me shake my head and ask why, but you know, unfortunately, I am the first Black person in their lives, I guess you could say, or around them and in their existence that they don't know, to not touch my hair or just to ask goofy stuff, you know? I was asked if my hair grew that long overnight, or if that was my real hair, or just stuff like that. And you know, it bothered me for a long time, but at the same time I realized, you know, maybe they genuinely don't know, and that's the only way they could think of asking that question. But you know, I just kind of let it roll off my back. It's to me, it wasn't anything big at the time. Just kind of kept moving along and remembered the times that we live in, and they're just things that we just kind of have to deal with, because there's not like, there truly isn't anything else for us to do. I feel like just being Black in America, I feel helpless. I feel like I could spin around in circles and run around trying everything, every outlet, every place, and it's not going to be enough. I feel like one day we're all just gonna like go backwards, and one day we're all not gonna be alive. Like, I worry about stuff like that, because my dad was born the year of the Civil Rights Act. It really wasn't that long ago. Slavery wasn't that long ago. Segregation wasn't that long ago. I just feel like everyone's just so slept on this kind of stuff. You know, not much time has passed, and look where we are. It breaks my heart and it hurts my heart that this is the time that we live in, but what can I do? You know, maybe I'm here asking for help of other people, what I can do, you know? Fortunately, I live in a community where I don't have to worry about my safety as much. I don't live in a big town like Denver or Atlanta or Minnesota, where these crazy things happen, but at the same time I still see them. You know, when I unlock my phone screen, I still hear about them. You know, I still have to check in with my dad, you know, to make sure that he's okay, or just check in on all the Black men in my life, and to just to let them know that they need to be safe. There are just so many things that come to this and make this the situation that it is, and it's so hard for me to dissect, to talk about, and to share, you know. But I'm here. I'm here to use my voice to tell you how I feel, how these experiences are, you know, what we can do. I'm willing to learn of things that I can do, you know, where I can learn about rights and just what I can do as an active member in my community and not be silent anymore. Because that's not how it works anymore. I know it's going to take some time, but I thank you guys for taking the time out of your night or your day to just kind of listen. I know it's been kind of all over the place, but this is the first time I've ever really spoke on this, so I'll just say that I'm proud of myself. Kind of went out on a whim. These are things that I've held close, that I feel that it's time to share. And yeah, you know, I could go on about all of the stories and things that I've experienced, but for me, they're not important. You know, those are losses of other people that, you know, didn't know me, only saw me for my physical appearance, and those are people who are stuck backwards ways, that have opinions of a small community of people, and there's so much more to us. There's so much more to our culture, our music, everything, that somehow we always end up sharing but still ended up getting shit on. But I pray for better days. I pray for the safety of all the Black men, not only in my life, but just around the States. It's crazy out there. So again, I thank you guys for taking the time to listen to me, to listen to my ramble. But I just want you to know that I love you guys so much. I appreciate everything. I pray that next time we can have a better vlog, a happier vlog. So if you guys have any suggestions or anything for happy times, or if you have an experience, go ahead and comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and share. And I just hope that maybe this kind of shed some light or help start a discussion for you guys. So thanks. Bye.